Good morning, everybody. Last night we got a little bit of rain for the first time in over a month. It wasn't a lot, but it's definitely enough to keep the dust down, which is nice because it was getting incredibly dry out. It's also nice for the job I'm going to do today. I need to set up all of the liquid manure equipment and get that ready to go because our big lagoon at the back of the barn there, it's like 8 inches from being full. This spring I hauled out of it for like a week, but it didn't empty it right out, and that's why it's getting full now. We weren't able to get all the sand out of the bottom of that pit, and we should have something figured out this fall here for getting that thing emptied out. So I gotta get everything ready to go, and that's what we're gonna be doing today. I gotta get the MX285 backed out, unhooked from the chopper. So I gotta back out, looks like a truck, combine, another tractor, and a loader. And then I'm gonna park it in front of the bale wagon here, just so I can grab that tractor because I need it to hook up to the liquid manure spreader. Although I'm pretty sure the battery is dead on this tractor, so I'm gonna have to put it on the charger first. So we got her hooked up to a charger. Now we're gonna back everything out of this shed. Round 3. Backed up to the liquid manure tank. Got to lift the hitch on the wagon a little bit. I think that the tractor's hitch was higher when I dropped it off because I had the duals on there. But we're going to see how quickly I can get this thing hooked up. So we got her hooked up, pulled up into the shop. We're going to put the duals on the tractor now. We're gonna check all of the tire pressures and the tires here, make sure they're all good enough to go. Probably grease it as well, just get it all maintenanced and ready to put in some work. You couldn't get out anymore. What the heck? You were in gear 4 still, road mode. Trying to get up out of a swing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Some grease. This thing should be all maintenanced and ready to go, but we're gonna be going 24 hours. Dima's gonna do 12 hours during the day, and I'm gonna do the 12 hours at night. So, probably be nice to sit in there in your socks. This is gonna be super late and super dark and everything. So I'm just gonna clean the cab out. Well, that's looking quite a bit better. Fuel, and then we're gonna bring this thing to the manure pit. She's just gonna sit there and look pretty until we get the pump and everything in the fill spout backed up onto this ramp. Pit is already so full. Went pretty quick, but again, we didn't empty it 100%, and that's probably why. So gotta drive real slow to the pit with this pipe on there. This is the pipe that sits in between this pump here and the fill spout. Just hooked up the pump to the Versatile here. Gonna grease it and then we'll go back it into that pit. So it's all set up and ready to go. So the plan is to have one of those noon lagoon crawlers coming out here, floating around that pit, agitating all the solid manure up off the bottom of our pit. Because we've struggled with that before, the sand bedding, all of it gets pumped into this pit. And when you try and pump all of the liquid out, even with this little pump here in the corner, agitating and stirring and everything, it just doesn't get the sand off the bottom, and we cannot pump it into our big manure tank here. Easiest way by far to clean this pit out would to be pumping 100% of it into this tank, not like I did last fall where I went in there with the wheel loader, scooped it all out into our solid manure spreader and spread it over the field like that. Took way longer than it would have if we could have just pumped it all out like this, and that's why we're hiring a guy to come out with one of those noon lagoon crawlers. So me and Dima are going to be switching 12-hour shifts back to back, so we are going to be going with this tank 24 hours a day. I'm going to take the night shift. I've done this before, he hasn't, so I'm going to have to teach him how to do it. And since I've done it before quite a bit now, it's probably better that I do it when it's pitch black outside, just because if something goes wrong, maybe I can spot it a bit quicker. And you know, it's harder to see things in the pitch black. Obviously we got lights, so maybe it's not that bad, but still. And you know, it's easy going probably in the middle of the night, no stress, you can just go, no traffic on the road. So kind of looking forward to that. Never done like an overnight shift kind of. It'll probably only be 3 nights, so that'll be interesting. But that is gonna be it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. Check out the Instagram @SaskDutchKid, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.